Hi, I'm Dana and welcome to another vlog. I've got an actual mic now, so hopefully this sounds better. This is gonna be a slightly kind of unproductive sort of like kind of day. But I got some bits done and it was real nice to get down with Alia and Otis in the morning. They normally don't interact this much at the same time. So I just got up and I fed them and I did my little morning routine that you've seen multiple times. I made myself a cuppa, made a big fuss of the cats that you're going to see in a sec. I've included far too much footage of the cats to like realistically talk over, but like just look how cute they are. Oh, my babies. Especially Ali. She's gotten so much more like confident and just like less skittish in the last couple of months since I moved. She's so obviously happy and it makes me so happy. Oh, I love them so much. Yeah. And then I made my bed and I did some scoops and I've again, like, this is quite a short vlog. This is just like an in-between content type of thing because I filmed it and didn't want to bin it, but it's not real content. I mean, it is. It's all real content. We've talked about this, but it's not like good, proper content, you know? So I thought it'd just be a treat in between. Sometimes my housemate just stands and chats shit to me while I'm doing stuff and I'm kind of getting used to it and not hating it as much as I once did, which is unique and new for me. It's quite nice. It's almost as though like the constant fight or flight I've been living in for years is finally going away. So then I journaled because I've just remembered what had happened like immediately prior to me filming this, and I was like having an absolute time. I'd had like a whole situation with a friend that just made me like cripplingly uncomfortable, and I was like, I literally don't think I can hang out with them again because the idea of it makes me like so anxious, and it's just changed everything, and I don't like it and I felt awful about it. So I spent a very long time journaling and Otis was like hanging out with me for a lot of it. It makes me so happy that he does that. And I've been kind of getting back into journaling again. Like, I always have like a reasonably consistent journal. Like, I at least write in it a couple of times a month. But I want to get back into it a bit more regularly because I do think that it's actually really helpful and good for me in a lot of ways. So after that, I went and hung up my laundry, and this is definitely way too long of a clip of me doing this. I definitely thought that I'd edited this down more, but it's edited and done now, and I've just got to do the voiceover, so I'm not going to change anything about it. I'm really sorry. Like I say though, like this is like in between content. You're still going to get your 2 real videos this week, so like you can't get mad at me about it. And if you did, like, it's really quite a you issue, isn't it? See, this is the thing though, I want to stop talking and I can't because I've got to talk to you. But I was trying like really hard to have a productive day and I just felt like shit. So I was like, I'm going to sit down with my iced coffee and scroll on TikTok. That was the replication of me scrolling. That's what I do apparently. And then I went and showered and like, that's the thing is I'd spent like 3 hours on TikTok by this point and I was like, well, I'll slam on this really nice outfit that I got for cheap in a charity shop. I've wanted a fucking boiler suit overall type thing for ages and I'm absolutely in love with it. It's such a good fit. $10.99, like you can't beat it. Wore it with my little pride crop top from Primark. That's a bit shit to be honest, but it looked cute. I'm in love with that outfit. And then I ate my leftover lasagna from the night before and that was fucking banging. I've really nailed my lasagna, I reckon. Like, I think that I'm certain at this point that I actually make the single best vegan lasagna in the world. I don't think that, I mean, in the world that isn't Italy at least. Let's go with that. Like, look at it. It's such a good fucking lasagna. I'm proud of that. And I got to, like, send my friend home with some in a box after we'd eaten. It was, like, a really nice little time. And then in the need to be productive, I edited a video, so I at least had that going for me. And it took everything I fucking had, honestly. It proper tired me out. So I was like, I'm just gonna sit here and draw some random shit with a YouTube video on in the background for ages. I don't even remember what I was drawing, honestly. Like, I might not have even actually, and I quite often, like, doodle things and then just delete it and technically haven't really actually drawn anything. But it's fun, and I feel like I'm, like, getting to grips with Procreate and the iPad and figuring things out so I'll be able to get better. You know, like, I might not have, like, a finished product to be like, oh, I did this. But I've practiced and improved my skills and figured stuff out, and that's an important thing to do, even though I don't like having to do it, and I'd much rather be good at things from the moment I pick them up, and I've quit a lot of things when I'm not good at them the moment I pick them up. I feel like that's probably relatable. Is that the only relatable thing I've said in this video? But after that, I went and did my little stim dance break, and this is probably the most you're ever going to see of me dancing. I don't know, I really like the idea of showing you all my little stim dances, but I'm also aware that they're, like, very repetitive and odd, and I don't really want to put myself doing that online. It's my little thing that makes me feel good. But you're getting, like, a hint of what goes on here, so lucky you. Maybe. I'm not a good dancer. So after that, I was like, I'm going to have the bit of cookie left over from last night, because I can't cook for friends without also making a dessert. It feels rude. And I wanted to make actual, like, nice little cookies, but the texture turned out wrong, so I just put it all in a tray and then cut it into, like, cookie bars, and it honestly turned out alright. And by the time I'd finished that in my cup, it was starting to get dark a little bit, so I could turn all my little lights on. And this just makes me so happy. I've turned my room into, like, such a little sensory haven for myself. Like, it's just so comfortable with this type of lighting, and it makes me really happy inside. It's how I always wanted my room to look. And then I decided to make myself some tea, and this is near on a minute of me just cutting up some fake duck and making noodles. It's the most uncomplicated meal ever. My thing, right, is I'll get some sort of fake meat, and obviously if you eat meat, you could just use some real meat, and then I will have the effort to cut that up and not have the effort, like, the motivation or, like, the energy to do anything else, because, like, we live in that low spoon life. So I just pour all the veggies in there. I just try and keep shit in the freezer that I can just pour in with shit. And I've gotten really into the lmao noodles, where you put all of, like, the flavourings in the bowl and then mix it up, and then I just scoop all of my meat and veg on top, and it's delish. And I sat down to be like, I'll watch, like, one episode of Taskmaster and then be productive, but I didn't. I just watched the entire season of Taskmaster until, like, 4 a.m. and then went to bed. That was my night. Whoever you are and wherever you are, I hope you're having a lovely morning, evening, day, afternoon, week, month, year, and I'll see you again in a couple of days with some actual real content that isn't this. You're very welcome, you're very welcome, you're so lucky, I know.